we're here with Tiffany, Blackmon, Ron Rivera. All right, so for those that don't know, and I'm learning on the fly too, no headsets. I know we got a lot to talk about here. Who wants to take the lead on this as we start this interview off? Tiffany?
Sure, I'll take it away. Coach and I are doing a podcast together. And so, our relationship goes back to 2015 when I started covering the Panthers, which happened to be the Super Bowl run, and when I was at NFL Network then. And so fast forward to 10 years later, I'm calling up Coach on the phone discussing, just other ideas like in this business, in this industry. And he's like, you want to do a podcast? I'm like, a podcast? It's like, sure. So then we came up with this idea, and we're just basically, it's a lot of Coach getting you some inside information on just kind of behind the scenes, what it's like to be a head coach in the NFL. And then we have great guests come on. We've had Greg Olsen, right? The first episode. Yeah.
The beauty of this is the fact that it's a different perspective.
Yeah.
As a coach, not a lot of us are out here doing these things.
Yeah.
Tiffany and I had a great rapport, for several years. And as we continue to talk, people always just say, God, I listen to you guys. How come you guys don't do a show? And I said, well, because I'm still coaching and she's still working. But now, as things have slowed down in my life a little bit, for her, she's still busy. We still have that rapport. And the beauty of it is her perspective. She grew up in a football household. So she's going to give you a daughter's perspective of a former player as well as a former coach in the league as well. So from my perspective, having been a player and a coach, so we're going to go back and forth. But the beauty of it is, she beats me up from her perspective.
Because someone has to check him every now and then.
I get it. So it's funny you bring this up, and this is why this is so great. So my background, your background's in football. I grew up in baseball. Ripken, around the baseball world, can't hide from that.
No.
You go, are you related? No. But yes, I haven't met someone that isn't related that's a Ripken. But our goal when we started this was going behind the scenes, the insights here, right?
Yeah.
And so maybe a fun part of this, maybe giving an example of some parts. So I'll ask both of you, and Tiffany, I'll start with you. You've had a lot of stories around the field, and you have a different perspective. Is there one that maybe jumps out that you saw from a different angle? And then, Coach, I want you to have maybe a memory in mind that we can talk about. So, Tiffany, you have one throughout all the years you can give an example to?
Yeah, I'll go back to 2015 since we were walking down memory lane a little earlier. And it was the secondary. Your group and all the personalities that Panthers team had made it so much fun to cover. And there was Thieves Avenue, with all the picks, okay, all right, making sure you knew about that.
The takeaways,
And then you had Josh Norman in there, right? Who I'll never forget the Batman and the Gotham City reference. I was in the locker room then. And I don't know, it went viral, I'm sure. Yeah, you can't forget that. That's probably one of my most fun moments of being a reporter, being in that locker room and seeing someone describe Gotham City and football, the correlation there.
So you got to see it from your perspective, and you're kind of going, what the hell is
your
he
mouth's
saying?
kind of open, like, what's happening? What's happening? But we're going with it.
So that's eye-opening to me. That's bringing back a lot of memories that I have. And so that's one perspective of a moment that goes viral. And one of the parts where recently, from like a reporter side, Evan Washburn's a friend of ours.
Oh, he's awesome.
And Evan had the frosted hair on the sideline, right? So I said, hey, frosted tips are back now, Evan. Like, talk to me. And he gave his perspective.
Yeah.
You being the perspective on a moment where everyone from the outside's going, what is Josh doing? What's he saying? I'm sure you probably had some thoughts yourself on that. But let's go to a different angle as a head coach, because this is kind of, I want to give people a preview. So for you, I've heard a lot of times that head coaching, you have to be more than just a coach on the field, a CEO. In this case, John Harbaugh's in Baltimore.
Yep.
So enlighten me a little bit on the challenges of being a CEO as a head coach.
Well, the biggest thing is you just don't manage the football team like you said. I mean, Ryan, I think the people don't understand it's all the stuff around it, okay? People are always telling you to do this, or you should have done that. And to me, it's like, hey, do me a favor. Don't draw me a map unless you've been there. Don't tell me how I need to do something unless you understand exactly what it's like to sit in this chair. Yeah. And that's one of the things that always gets me started. But then as I think about it, it's like the other things people don't realize is just how hard certain things are, or how difficult things can be for players. And that's one of the things that I've always tried to shield my guys with. And I've always challenged them to be different, to be who they are, to do that. And one time with Cam Newton, one of the things was, hey, how come you can't just be like somebody, be like, Aaron Rodgers or or be like Tom Brady. It's like, and the realization that he can't because of who he is. He was a black quarterback who had to do things his way because he didn't want to have to conform to be accepted. And once I learned that, understood that about Cam, that he was doing it to represent his community, man, I got behind it and understood just exactly what it meant, how hard it really, truly was. And that's what I mean when I talk about people don't understand hard until you've had to go through something like that.
See, that I knew you guys would be great to talk to about all this. You know, at the end of the day, there's the human element that we don't see.
Yep.
And there's also, you know, we had Marcus Peters on, was it yesterday at this point? And Marcus is pretty vocal on the field. And he has the perception to have antics. But it was funny when he came on, he goes, man, I was mean to the media. I didn't want to talk to as many people. And I get it on the other side, like you're just trying to do a job. And I said, you know, the longest time people thought you hated this person, you hated that. You guys get to see it from the different lens. I mean, Tiffany, you're probably on that lens where you've had guys on their good days, their bad days. And it's a tough place to be. But also it sounds like we're similar in that you're trying to give an example. Is there one maybe of a player that you've had besides Josh's where you had maybe a connection and a perspective where people might not understand them from the outside?
I'm trying to think here. Yeah, I'll reference that team again. Like Luke Kuechly was someone that was always great to deal with because he got it, right? So you could hit him up and be like, hey, I want to understand what happened on this play better. I want to understand maybe a little bit better about what's going on in the locker room. He's going to get back to you and give you that information. Because again, it's all about building the relationships and that rapport. And then like we talked about with no headsets in our podcast, it's the fact that I've lived it. You know, my dad played and coached for about 30 years, 7 years as a player, 23 as a coach. So I've seen them get, you know, trashed in the headlines, and I've had to move because the teams have been bad. It happened to be every 4 years. So we were packing up and going to a different state. But bringing in that perspective to being a sideline reporter, you know, it really helps to connect with someone more on the human level.
Yeah. Well, also the sports is a business. So right there, it's moving. Hey, head coaches, you don't win or they want to make a change.
You're gone.
You're gone.
Yep.
That's not fun, but that's life.
But that's the reality of it. And for me, as long as it wasn't personal, as long as it was business, I could live with that because the decisions I had to make, especially dealing with players and coaches' careers, I never made it personal. I always kept it about the business side of the game. And that's what we have to understand. The business is harsh, but the relationships are what's important. And some people don't understand it. They think it's personal. It's not. It's about what is supposed to be done or what needs to be done, what should be done.
Yeah. It's a process overall. And the business, it's cutthroat. But if you go, there's no great way to say, hey, we're going in a different direction. It still means you're fired, you're cut, but it's how you do it, right? It doesn't feel good. I mean, I got the AAA, and essentially they said, we're not going to renew your contract. Okay, you mean I haven't proven my value, and I can't argue that at all. But that's the business of it, and then it's the stress. What do I do next? And I'm really excited to see this. Before I get to the final question, where can everyone find everything that you guys are doing with no headsets? Where is this all available?
So we're with Whistle Sports, so you can check it out on YouTube as well. And then, check out Instagram too. A ton of stuff on all the social media outlets.
Okay. Well, now, Ron, I'll start with you on this. It's probably not the answer you think I'm going to ask you. It has nothing to do with football. Visualize with me. You're in your car, okay? Windows are up, and you're by yourself. And maybe you just want to hear that one song that it maybe is a guilty pleasure. Maybe you just don't want anyone to know that you listen to this song, okay? So in the past, some answers have been boy bands that have gone up. Backstreet Boys was my age going up. Is there a song that you're blasting in your car that you will solely like to listen to by yourself?
In all honesty, it's Sweet Caroline. And
really?
Yes. And really, it truly became a favorite of mine.
That's on brand.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wow. Right across.
So in the car by yourself, or you get to the part and then Sweet Caroline, do you go bump, bump, bump?
Absolutely. I mean, but to Tiffany's point, it is on brand because that one song brings more memories, positive memories about football than anything else I've ever done. I coached the Panthers. Every time we would win, that song would be played.
Yeah.
And the last time I can really, in my mind, see it is when we won the NFC Championship game at home, and they played it right after they presented us with the NFC Championship trophy. I mean, I can still see it. I can still see the picture that I took with my family while we're holding the trophy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how burned in my mind is. So I've been driving down, all of a sudden it comes, and I'm fumbling trying to get the volume up. And it comes, and then I am going, bum, bum, bum. You know, I try to sing, but
all sentimental on me. Now I look like a jerk.
Okay. So a few things here. One, when people talk about music and there's a memory, you see it in their eyes. Because here's another angle here, Tiffany. We had Ben Watson on here yesterday, and then his song, he said, he goes, you know, the Little John and the Yin Yang Twins, or he goes, you know, Get Low, you know, to the window, to the wall. I'm like, that's the song that you're going with? I go, it's a banger. I love it. But he goes, yeah, my wife and I, like, that's our song. It brings back the memories. We were at the concert with the kids. So I'm like, so we have a wide variety of Get Low, Sweet Caroline. So Tiffany, there's no wrong answer here.
Okay. I'll take it way back. Oh, also, I sing in the car a lot. So lots of times when I show up to places, my voice is extra raspy because I've just been belting it out. This isn't really one that I would belt out, but Eye of the Tiger. So I used to listen to it before I'm a former college soccer player.
Yeah.
So that was my song before I would go to every game. If I was driving to my high school match or anything like that, that is what was playing in my car or in my headphones. I know. Every time I hear it, it's what I think about. I think about being back on the soccer field.
I'll be honest, before you said Eye of the Tiger, which that gets you focused. I'm already locked in. But I'm just imagining when you said you sing so much that your voice gets raspy.
Yeah.
That's what I love to hear. So what I hear right here is there's a lot of passion that both of you have. And I can
I think I can sing. Yeah. I'm not gonna, don't put me on the spot, but I really think I can carry it like a legit tune.
I mean, okay,
but
so
you didn't know that.
No, I was thinking Beyonce along the road.
See, come on. Oh my God, come on.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal. We're all gonna do this again. Okay. We're all gonna do this again. Tiffany, you will sing. Ron, you can just swing. You can just go bomb, 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 and that's all you want to do. Yep. Oh, you would be a great backup singer, I think.
No, I sing.
No backup.
You're
the lead vocal.
Audible cues, you know.
Oh.
Bom, bom, bom.
So I would love for that to come back on, and when you guys are completely humming here with no headsets, I would love to talk about it more and to see what you guys are be doing. And I'm so excited because we talk about chemistry. It's hard to find. Like you guys got the jokes down, and you guys make this fun.
You know, it's funny. You know, one of the people have always said this about her and I in terms of the chemistry, is that there was this symbiotic relationship because my daughter is close to her age.
He's old.
And my daughter had gone away to college, and so I tend to fuss over the younger ladies that I've been around, like I treat my daughter. So there's a little bit of that. So every now and then she's going to do something that I may react to, and then this will bring me back to, this is not my daughter. Oh yeah, it's a crazy. There's some fun that we're going to have. I mean, we really are. I look forward to this conversation.
I can't wait. You're saying about age. Is your daughter my age?
She's in her early 30s.
Okay, how old do you think I am? And then we're out of here.
I wanted to say somewhere around 35, 38.
Okay, Tiffany.
Okay. I would go with like 30, I'll say 31, but you possibly could be 33.
Oh, I'm right in the middle, 32. You guys. Oh, okay. So Torrey Smith came on and just wrecked my soul the other day. He's like, bro, he goes, I'm 37. No way you're 32. Post it on Instagram. Brandon Stokely said I'm 52. So, guys, you made my time. No. I appreciate it, okay? You guys enjoy the rest. So, no headsets, Whistle Sports on YouTube, Instagram, and wherever else. Yeah. What's the cadence? How many times or when can people expect new episodes and clips? Do you know?
It drops today at one? We're on the California time, 1 Pacific, and then 4 Eastern. I can do math. It's 3 hour. Yeah.
Carry the one. Perfect.
There you go.
Well, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. And I look forward to having you guys on in the future.